What's up, family? Man, back in my element. I want you guys to listen to this for a second. Did you guys hear that? Man, that's the sound of peace. That's the sound of tranquility. That's how my mind sounds. You know what I mean? Stay with me, we're gonna go somewhere. And this is gonna be kind of hectic for some of you. You know what I mean? Family, we have to start talking about our mental health. I talk about this stuff all the time. For some reason, we have this misconception of what being strong is. We have this misconception of what courage is. You know what I mean? We talk about courage and strength and our power, and yet we really don't understand that. Stay with me, we're gonna go somewhere. For some reason, we deem it as being weak when we talk about our emotions. We deem it as being a punk, as being a sissy, and all these other negative things when we're dealing with our emotions, when we're dealing with our trauma and our drama. And it's crazy because nothing can be further from the truth. It is weak not to deal with your emotions. You're not strong because you don't deal with your emotions. You're weak. You're weak-minded. It is what it is. We have to stop sugarcoating shit. You know what I mean? We gotta get this shit straight. Our concept of reality is warped. We think it's cool. We think it's thugged out. We think it's hard, because you out there slamming dope and slamming back beers and shots and drinks and all this other stupid ass shit because you're trying to cope with some shit, but you ain't really trying to deal with the shit and heal from the shit. And so we do all this stupid stuff to cope with it. Never fixing it, never resolving it. But man, I'm hard, I'm thugged out and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, we throwing up our signs and all this other stupid shit. When are we going to grow up? When are we going to grow up? You're not hard because you got a gun. You're not hard because you can fight. You're not hard because you got a drink intolerance. You're not hard because you smoking bud. That don't make you hard. That makes you fucking ignorant. Grow up. Grow up. The strongest person, the most courageous person is the person, in spite of all the naysayers, in spite of all the criticism, in spite of all the self-righteous, judgmental, narcissistic individuals out there putting them down for it, the strongest, most courageous individuals are the ones that sit back and acknowledge the fact that, man, I've gone through some shit. Not only have I gone through some shit, man, I'm grown now. And because I'm grown, I gotta grow the fuck up emotionally. I gotta grow the fuck up intellectually. I gotta deal with this crap before I allow it to continue to mess up my life, before I allow it to devastate the lives of my loved ones. Let me fix this shit. Let me resolve this shit. Let me break these generational curses. That's strength. That's power. That's courage. We have to grow up. We have to grow up. Man, family, we're getting to a point, man, we're running out of time. We're running out of time. You know what I mean? You don't know when you're gonna take your last breath. You don't know how much you've messed up your kids. And you can sit back, I didn't mess up my kids, I did the best for them, man. Family, I talk to adults about this shit all the time. I'm always on coaching sessions, talking to people and getting them to understand, man, in spite of all of our good intentions, we've messed up some shit. In spite of all of our good intentions with our kids, in spite of us not wanting to raise our kids the way we were brought up and giving them a better life, for the most of us, we fucked this generation up. And that's why this generation comes in with this entitlement mentality. My generation, we wasn't entitled to shit. Not a damn thing. This generation, man, they owe some shit just for being born. They're entitled to some shit without ever having done shit. And that's our fault. That's our fault. Because we created these monsters. We created these little hellions. And then we want to sit back and complain about them. Being ungrateful and whoop-de-whoop and so damn disrespectful and having the game all fucked up and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. That's our fault. That's our fault. Own that shit. That's our fault. We fucked that up. Now the question is, what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Because we can't sit here and keep talking about how disrespectful these kids are. We can't, and these young adults in their 20s and 30s, you know what I mean? And late teens. We can't keep sitting here talking about how disrespectful they are. We can't keep sitting here talking about how they got the gang fucked up. We can't keep sitting here talking about, man, they're entitled and they're ungrateful and woo-doo-woo-doo. Man, they're a product of their environment. They're a product of their environment. We created that mess. What are we going to do about it? How are we going to fix it? You can't fix that problem without fixing your problem. See, the problem is we hadn't dealt with our shit yet. And because we hadn't dealt with our shit, we raised our kids out of our trauma. We raised our kids out of our survival. We were in survival mode, and that's how we raised our kids. We hadn't dealt with our anger and our animosity and our bitterness towards our parents. And so that's how we raised our kids. And so now they're disrespecting us. My kids don't disrespect me like that. But that's why they disrespect us. That's why they say all kind of stupid ass shit to us. We reap what we sow. We reap what we sow. And now you can see, I didn't disrespect my parents and I didn't. No, you may not have did all that, but you spoke ill on them. You spoke bad about them. You talked about how they wasn't shit. You talked about how they didn't do this and they didn't do this and they didn't do this and all this other stupid shit we did out of trauma and out of our pain and suffering. And now we reap what we sow. Our kids are doing the exact same thing to us. And even though they ain't gone through what we've gone through, that makes it harder for us to deal with. That makes it harder for us to swallow. Because they're like, damn, I've been there for you. I gave you everything. I was the parent I wish I had. And this is how you gonna get at me? Man, fuck you. And that's our mentality. But the reality is, they're that way because we created them that way. They're that way because they're our karma. Grow the fuck up. They're your karma. Deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with your shit. Understand your role in this. Understand that you got some stuff that you need to resolve. You're not perfect. Your parents weren't perfect. Your grandparents weren't perfect. Nobody's perfect. Deal with that. Get over it. And stop being so hard on yourself. And stop being so self-righteous and judgmental towards this next generation. For me, in the last few days, I've been talking to people in their 20s and early 30s. And that's helped me out so much. You know what I mean? That's blessed me. Because my oldest will be 32 this year. My oldest. And man, so I got kids older than some of the people I'm talking to as far as coaching. And I'm listening to these kids, not kids, excuse me, forgive me. I'm listening to these young adults and they're talking to me and they're like, man, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, what the hell? Man, namaste, I salute you. And what I mean by that, I see their growth and development. I see them trying, striving to grow. I see them striving to deal with their shit at an early age. And it's like, damn, we wasn't trying to do all that shit then. We were nowhere close to dealing with that shit then. And here it is, the same generation that we're so quick to badmouth, the same generation we're so quick to put down, the same generation we think is off the fucking chain, the same generation we're like, man, fuck God, God's coming back because this motherfucking group right here, they ain't got this shit right. This motherfucking crew, this fucking generation right here, man, they on some bullshit, you know what I mean? And we say these things. And yet with God, the universe, the Most High is showing me, it's like, man, pump your motherfucking brakes. I got this. I got this. I got this. There's this thing called the Pareto rule. And what it says is, a lot of you probably know it as the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule. It's called the Pareto rule, and named after the individual that said it. And that's the 80-20 rule is, man, 20% of the people would do 80% of the work. You know what I mean? 20% of the people would do everything, and yet the 80% want to take credit for it. Yet the 80% feel like they're owed some shit. On the flip side, it says that we look at people, we look at the generation, and we'll look at people and or nationalities and ethnicities and places, and we're looking like, damn, America's fucked up. America is fucked up because we see all this negative stuff that they promote on TV. We see all this crap that they put out on social media. We see all this crap that's funneled through the news. And so we're like, damn, fuck, America's fucked up. America's going to hell, and we'll do. Man, America's so toxic, da-da-da-da. Family, understand the Pareto rule. That's not the real America. That's not all of America. That's just the shit that they show you. That's the 80-20 rule. That's 20% of the motherfuckers off the fucking chain. But they make it appear that it's the whole country. They make it appear that it's 80% of the people. When in reality, it's not. That's how they want us thinking. They want us thinking that there's no hope. They want us to give up. They want us to feel like we ain't got no power. They want us to feel like we're voiceless. I'm here to tell you, you have all power. But it starts with you. You have to deal with your shit. You have to deal with your trauma. You have to deal with your drama. You got to deal with your emotional shit. You know what I mean? You got to deal with it, family. So many of us, and I hear this among people my age group. Man, this is who I am. You got to accept me. No, motherfucker, we don't got to accept you. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that, stay with me. What I mean by that is, okay, you got anger issues. You got this. I accept that about you. But that don't mean I got to deal with your ass. Because I ain't got to deal with your ass. I accept the fact that you fucked up. I accept the fact that you refuse to grow the fuck up. I accept the fact that you got anger issues because you never dealt with your shit. I accept the fact that you got low self-esteem. I accept the fact that you have jealousy and bitterness and rage and animosity and all this other stupid ignorant shit. I accept that about you because all of us got something that we need to work on. All of us got some shit that we need to do with. So I accept that about you. Just because I accept that about you don't mean I got to tolerate you. Just because I accept that about you don't mean I got to allow you in my area. Don't mean I got to allow you in my circle. I accept the fact that you choose to be out there. I accept the fact that you choose to be on your bullshit. I accept that. I accept that. And I still love you. But I'm not dealing with you. I'm not talking to you. You can't come be in my area. You can't be in my circle. And it's not because I think I'm better than you. It's the simple fact that I refuse to allow that low vibrating negativity around me. I'm not dealing with this toxic shit. Do you. Be you. If that's what you want to do. But we have to grow the fuck up and stop thinking that everybody has to be around us. Everybody has to accept us for who we are. Man, family, we had better learn to start taking our mental health seriously. We had better learn to make that our priority in life. I don't give a damn how much money you make. I don't give a damn how much, the bags you chasing. I don't give a damn about none of that shit. It's people with deeper pockets than you. It's people with greater influence than you. It's people that have all the fame, all the prestige, all the hype around them. You know what I mean? All the people on their social media platforms who have committed suicide because of their depression, because of their unresolved issues. Your mental health is the most crucial thing that you have. Your mental health is the most important thing to you. Your mental health. And for some reason, within the poor communities, that's the thing that they don't want us dealing with. In the poor communities, that's the thing that we don't talk about. In the poor communities, we just giving fucking pills. Pop these pills and you be okay. No, you're making me a fucking drug addict. No, you're giving me more fucking issues because I already got my fucking issues. Now I'm taking these pills and I'm codependent on these fucking pills, which are giving me fucking side effects, which is altering my fucking mind, making me fucking worse. We have to grow up. We have to grow up. We have to start having these conversations, family. These heart-to-heart conversations. If you're dealing with some shit and you fucking suicidal, you're depressed, and you got a whole bunch of shit going through your head, and you thinking about just taking off on some motherfuckers, you know what I mean? You thinking about all kinds of stupid ass shit. Man, reach out. That's your strength. That's where courage comes in at. Man, reach out to somebody. And I'm not talking about your ignorant ass fucking homies. I'm not talking about those ignorant ass thoughts that you hang out with. Reach out to somebody that's going to challenge you and keep you on your fucking your P's and Q's. You know what I mean? Reach out to somebody that's going to correct you and check your ass when you fucking up. Reach out to somebody that's going to challenge your way of thinking. But we all so fucked up. Man, I'm a grown-ass motherfucking man. Ain't nobody telling me shit. And I'm a grown-ass woman. I pay my own motherfucking bills. And we on this stupid shit, family. And that's why we're fucked up. Because can't nobody tell us shit. And anytime somebody tell us some shit that we don't want to hear, anytime somebody tell us some shit that we think we're not ready to process, we're ready to, we just don't want to. Now we want to get pissed. Now we want to get ignorant. Now we want to get, beside ourselves and check them and clap back and slap back and all this other stupid shit we do. Who the fuck he think he is telling me, get your shit together, motherfucker. We spit all this stupid shit out of our ignorance, out of being hurt, out of being traumatized, out of wanting to be accepted, wanting to be loved, wanting to be validated. So anytime somebody tell you about yourself, you feel like these motherfuckers ain't accepting me for who I am. And because I got insecurity issues, because I already have low self-esteem that I'm masking and hiding with other shit, these motherfuckers don't know. But anytime somebody check me on my shit, man, now my insecurities are triggered. Now my low self-esteem is triggered. You know what I mean? Now the fact that I have abandonment issues has been triggered. Now the fact that, man, I need to be validated has been triggered. And so we want to get crazy. We want to go left. When what we need to do is sit the fuck down and humble ourselves and deal with our fucking shit. We have to grow up. The question is, are you courageous enough to? Do you love yourself enough to? Do you love your kids and your grandkids enough to grow the fuck up? Do you love your ancestors enough to grow the fuck up? Do you love you? Do you know how to love you? Do you even like you? Because some of us, before we even get to loving ourselves, we gotta learn how to fucking like ourselves. Because some of us, we can't fucking stand ourselves. Some of us, we ain't shit about us that we like. You know what I mean? We don't like shit about anything about us. So there's no way in hell we're gonna love ourselves because we don't even like ourselves. And then when people say something to us, it triggers us and shows us, see, yeah, you are fucked up. And then that pisses us off and puts us on one even more. We have to grow up. We have to grow up. Family, if you're dealing with depression, because depression is real, if you're dealing with animosity, if you're dealing with anxiety, if you're dealing with unforgiveness, You're dealing with hurt, abandonment, sexual abuse, verbal abuse, any of that other stuff. You know what I mean? Anything, everything. Family, reach out to somebody. Reach out to somebody that's going to hold you accountable. Reach out to somebody that's going to help you, that has the potential, not potential, but has the ability to help you see life from a different perspective, to help you see life for how it really is. Because what happens is we see life, we experience life, we hear life through the filters of our bullshit, through the filters of our trauma, through the filters of our suffering, through the filters of our survival mentality. But that's not how life really is. But that's how we see it. That's how we experience it. That's how we hear it. And so when somebody out of love comes in, they're correcting you and they're encouraging you and challenging you to be your best, you take it as an insult. You take it as them belittling you. You take it as them putting you down. You take it as them trying to daddy you. You take it as them trying to mama you. Because you got fucking unresolved issues. Man, family, we have to grow up. And again, whether you contact me or contact somebody else, man, family, my hope and prayer is that you contact somebody. You know what I mean? Please reach out to somebody. You matter. You're that important. You're that important. You matter. You came here to this world not just to go through the shit that you've gone through. You came here to go through that shit, but to heal from that shit and to turn around and be able to help others. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. But in order to do that, it's cold as hell out here. In order to do that, you got to be able to heal. And you have to put yourself in a position to be able to heal. You can't heal holding on to all that crap. You can't heal doing the same shit you've always done. You can't heal as long as you smoking and drinking and fornicating and doing all that other stupid shit. You can't heal listening to the same toxic shit that you've always listened to. In order to heal, you have to have faith. In order to heal, you have to get outside of your comfort zone. You have to step out of your comfort zone. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. And that takes courage. That takes strength. My hope and prayer is that you learn to humble yourself. And that more important than anything else, you reach out to somebody. You connect with somebody. And allow them to help you reach your full potential. Allow them to help you. Allow them to show you another perspective. Allow them to show you that life really is beautiful. It really is beautiful. This planet really is beautiful. All of the countries we live in really are beautiful. Yes, there are some fucked up people in our planet, on this planet. There are some fucked up people in our countries. But understand, family, they're just like you and I. They got fucking unresolved issues, and that's why they do what they do. They're just like us. Trying to navigate through this fucking jungle with baggage, with trauma, with drama, with unresolved shit. And when you recognize that, you'll stop being so judgmental. You'll stop being so self-righteous. And you will allow people to help you. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.